I'm very interested by adult cartoons in the dark comedy genre and by surreal absurd narrative, which includes interest in dream state and characters who act free of logical restrictions. I'm planning to create a 2D short animated film which will include those aspects together by telling the story about Dove Mafia, who is a hostage of aggressive decadent environment. This project will examine ideas of absolute subordination of the man to environment conditions. My inquiry is how to combine in an adult 2D cartoon dark comedy, surreal narrative, and children oriented style of animation. Context. There are many examples of adult cartoons, but not much of them are using surreal narrative. One of such cartoons which refuses to follow linear plot and includes an interest in a dream of nightmare state is 12 O's Mouse. This is an American adult animated television series created by Matt Milaria. The series revolves around Mouse Fitzgerald, who is fond of beer and caught in a world of espionage and the delights of odd jobs. The show employs a surreal format, and the storyline developed from absurdist comedy to include mystery and thriller elements. It is a masterpiece of avant garde psychedelic horror.
No way. He's rectangly. That's how you'll know him. By his rectangularness. No way. Drive him to Cheese Industries. You don't even know where that is. That's why we picked you. Because everybody else knows. Right now? Mm-hmm. Oh, look what I found. I gotta do this first. Okay. That works. How about now? Yes, how about now? Yeah, now's good. Before would have been better, but before is over.
Also, as an example of non-linear narrative with a dream sequence that I'm going to explore, I will use references, films, and animations of David Lynch. I like to remember things by my own, how I remember them, not necessarily the way they happened. Lynch. The narrative structure in films of David Lynch is often transfer the viewer from one space and time to another and prefers the web of temporary dream states. My target audience would be adults who are loyal to dark comedy, partly too straightforward, who are also interested in absurd comedy and absurd narratives. As my work is situated in the field of 2D animation, my pre-production process will be very intensive, starting with mind maps, scene brainstorming, storyboards, mood boards, character design, followed by analyzing of color palettes for every particular scene. During the pre-production process, the main focus I want to make on creating backgrounds, integrating them into animation and rigging of the characters. Previously, I animated only frame by frame, but for current format it's not needed visually, so I want to concentrate on learning rigging to save time while animating. Also, I want to practice in drawing of backgrounds to find the perfect style of them for my story. I'm going to animate using Toon Boom, which is a new software for me. So going to make few animation tests to check the methods, which I can use and get used to software. Now I will show you what is done already for this project and which methods I already used. Firstly, I started with character design. Since my characters for animation are pigeons, I analyzed the realistic pigeons firstly because I needed to transfer basic proportions and identify specific characteristics. Then I created psychological portrait of the characters, for now only in my head, and made a lot of thumbnail sketches of my characters. There will be two main characters, Mafia Pigeon and Pigeon Strip Dancer, and three characters who will be bandits who will fight with the main character. Then I created a storyboard with the main locations and events of the story, but the plot itself is going to be changed. I'm planning to add the flashbacks of the memory of the main characters and make narrative more surreal. So I'm going to work much more on storyboards and scene brainstorming. Also, I showed already similar mood boards that I made for the professional pre-production. This one of them, this is particularly for the background design outside and inside of strip club. I think it will be very useful for me. And the last one is a list for pre-production process, what exactly I need to produce before the animating and sound design process. My outcome will be by the end of the semester I will have one episode of my cartoon. The duration will be approximately 2-3 minutes.